Hi, welcome to Community Hotline. This is a special version of Community Hotline called The Pulse. We do this once a quarter, and with me, I am so happy to have, once again, Taj Middleton.
Hello,
Taj.
Always wonderful to be back with you, Monica, and the
Thank you.
Community Hotline crew.
Yeah, we have a great crew here, don't we?
We do have a great crew.
Yeah. And Taj is the Director of Volunteer Services and Community Outreach.
Yes.
So you work with
And I moonlight as a superhero.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, what is your superpower?
I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a secret.
And I don't want to see you in tights anyway, so okay. Or a cape. So, lots of cool stuff going on around here.
Oh my gosh, yes.
What's the biggest
This is a
thing?
busy
What's the
place.
biggest thing that is of note this year? This is
That we're like 30 years old.
you and I both. No. Yes, 30 years. This
30th
is our 30th
anniversary.
year.
Yes, absolutely. So everything pretty much that we're doing this year, the volunteer dinner, the volunteer picnic, everything has a 30th theme. We're even doing a short mini doc or a
little documentary with like
yes.
archival footage.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Really
and
fun
I've
stuff.
had the pleasure of going through some of those old pictures from like 1984, and it's going to be a fun documentary.
Some of
when
those
they
people
finish it.
still work here too.
Some of them work here, and some of the volunteers
Are still around.
We've
Yeah.
got quite a few volunteers that were in the books in 1984 that are still here volunteering and producing. And I'm telling you, in the world of volunteerism, that is major.
That's pretty amazing.
That's
isn't it?
major.
And they don't look a day older, do they?
No, they don't.
No, I
no,
don't
they
think
don't.
so either. But we have some really, really super volunteers. We have great volunteers that are working here on this show. And we'll talk a little more about our volunteers later and about the training that they go through to give us the awesome shows that we put on the air. But I want to remind our viewers that we are on Facebook. So be sure to like MetroEast Community Media on Facebook, and we have a blog that
Yes, we do.
all the staff contributes to periodically, and there's some kind of cool stuff in there.
Yeah, not just stories about MetroEast, but stories about technology, and I did a vlog tutorial about making centerpieces that were at the volunteer dinner. So there's tons of fun stuff to read up on the MetroEast blog. So yeah, folks should definitely check that out.
Particularly entertaining. We have a lot of stuff that's coming up. We have a lot of productions. Summertime, things really ramp up the outdoor concerts and festivals.
Oh
and
my
all that.
goodness,
And
good weather brings good outdoor fun.
Yeah, a lot of music events.
Yes.
So what do we have? We have Music Mondays.
Music Mondays, which starts up in July.
Is this our third year for that, I think?
I'm not sure,
think
but
it's
I
the
know
third year.
I've been here for almost 3 years, baby. And we've been doing it that whole time.
I think this is the third year.
It runs July through August, and we will be there shooting, I believe there's like 8 concerts. We'll be there shooting, I think, 6 of the 8 concerts.
At the Center for the
Arts. Exactly. Center of the Performing Arts.
Center for the Arts.
Center for the Arts Plaza, right outside of downtown Gresham. Really, really nice venue. And I think they just put a new water feature in, which I believe is going to be off during the concert. But it's a really nice park,
It is
and
nice.
it's just beautiful.
It's a good place
this
to
time
take
of
your
year.
sack lunch or
Oh
sack
my
dinner or
goodness,
whatever.
yes. And
Yeah.
just watching all the kids dance and stuff it's
I
just
know.
worth it. It is so worth it. So we're going to be out there with volunteers and one of our mobile production units shooting the concerts,
So
and
people, if they miss it in person, they can watch
they
it later
can
on our
watch it on the
channels.
channel. Absolutely. And then
Yes.
we have our Mount Hood Jazz Fest.
You know, Mount Hood Jazz Festival used to be a huge thing here. I mean, and then it's been gone for a while, and
Yeah.
people really missed it. So they're bringing it back in a little different format, I think.
They are bringing it back, and that as well is going to be held at the Center for the Arts.
Oh, good.
Like I said, right outside of downtown Gresham. And I'm not sure what the setup's gonna look like, but food and wine, I think, and
And some really good music.
some really good music.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. That's always has been a big draw
Lots
in,
of
in this
outdoor
area.
fun stuff.
I know, and you know we have other stuff going on here too. We have a lot of news shows. We train people how to make their own television
Just
shows.
because that is our first order of business here.
Yeah, and so anybody can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can do it. It doesn't matter. You can start out when you're a kid. I mean, what's the youngest person you think?
I was going to say anybody does do it. We have young people. We just had a group of young people last week, and we'll talk about this in our next segment.
Yeah,
But we just had the music video camp for girls, which was girls from the ages of 13 right on up to 18, creating music videos, and that was just goo gobs of fun to have young
Goo
people.
gobs of fun.
I know, that's my young people lingo. I don't think they use that.
No, I don't
word,
think so either.
goo
But
gob.
you know, maybe
But,
maybe it'll catch on.
But yeah, so we've got 13-year-olds. We have so many volunteers actually that bring their kids in here to help them work on their shows and get their kids trained. I think Yuri is one of our
Right, they're from
producers.
Ukraine, and they have their kids work on, and El Programa Latino, is that right?
Yes.
Is that right? And yeah, Mark Carabas.
Yes.
I mean, he was like 12 years old. He was directing the whole show.
Exactly.
Because he'd
So-
been there ever since. you
Yeah,
know.
so the volunteer experience here at MetroEast is not like any other volunteer experience I've experienced. But no, it's not like anything I've ever seen before because, like I said, we have volunteers that have stayed with us literally for 30 years. And then we have volunteers who have raised their kids up in this in this facility. Well, we've moved, I think, this is our third and final move, but they've raised their young people up doing shows here, and then the young people, I think we've got a group of 3 family members that started back at the community college.
Oh, that's quite a few, I think.
Exactly, and now his son
then they
is
come
here.
back.
Exactly. So,
that's fun stuff.
this is just a great place to
It's a family atmosphere.
make television and raise a family.
And now all the shows that we put on the air, they're not only on television,
Yeah.
and a lot of them are in high definition, but they're also on the internet. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So
They're
I
on
mean,
So, and a lot of people upload to YouTube, but we also do have on demand.
we have on demand.
An on-demand website through MetroEast, and you can watch that. You can watch shows on demand through MetroEast.
If you go to metroeast.peg, P-E-G, for
Yes.
public, education, and
Government, yes.
It's metroeast.peg.tv.
Yes.
And then, you can find the shows that you want to watch, and they're all there. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it because, people aren't always home when their favorite shows are on, like Community Hotline. So with the 30th year, we had our big volunteer dinner.
Oh, yes.
That was really fun.
Tons of fun. We actually went back to a venue that we had used in the past.
Before either of us
Before
worked here.
either of us were here, the Sam Cox building at
Glen Auto Park.
Yes.
In Troutdale, yes.
At Glen Auto Park in Troutdale.
On the Sandy River.
And it was wonderful.
That was good.
I loved it. Oh, pictures. So it was wonderful. Is that Martin right there?
Martin
He's
Stoser, who is working in the
working
control
right
room
now
right
in the control room. Absolutely. The food was great. Cheryl's on 12th.
Oh, they did a super job.
Cater, they did a great job. There's Jessica's little girl, Sade. There's
Ellen
King with the T-shirts.
These T-shirts are 30 years of shirts. Every year we give out a different shirt, sometimes polo shirts, sometimes T-shirts, but we had them all, every single one of them.
And one of our staff members, I think 2 people have kept their shirts, and that was Joe and Lauren. And so they brought in all of their shirts from the last 30
We had a lot of them
years.
archived, but they filled in the blanks.
And we had some here. Yeah, we had some here at the studio, and we managed to get 30 years of T-shirts. That's
pretty cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, there was a lot of variety in the designs too. Oh, there I am doing a little on the man on the street interview with Chuck Bean. Chuck always comes when he can.
And that ponytail there belongs to Mike Canty.
Mike Canty, yes, Mike Canty is in our equipment room and
there you
does
are
great
again.
work. Yeah,
With Lisa Lyons.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Lisa just did a new show. She did
She did a great show, a choral review, a spring choral review.
Yeah. Scott Boren, who for a long time was my floor director here on Community Hotline. He's got our new shirt. That was this year's shirt. The 30th
and he was a
anniversary
DJ
shirt.
at KZME, so he's gone between 2 situations here.
Okay. So.
Kids, yes.
Oh, we had the photo booth.
This was from the photo booth, and this is the Larson clan, and they were here taking fun photos, putting on disguises, and the photo booth is always a big deal.
Yeah, and thank you to Sarah and Chad for always doing that.
Lim and Keith, that's our Get Real.
She was our Youth
Access Award winner. Yeah. She actually participated in the music video camp this year as well.
Oh, good. And then Keith, who is the staff here.
As per his name tag.
Yes. Now were these the Spotlight Award winners?
This is the Spotlight Recognition Award. So these were volunteers that have worked on kind of everything across the board. Yeah. When you need, whether we need them for a staff production or another volunteer needs them for production, these folks kind of always answer the call. And so we just wanted to acknowledge everything that they've done.
I must know that Sade has not yet had her own television show. The one in
she hasn't started yet, but she is doing everything.
Look, there's Russ Wagner, who is our floor director tonight. Nice job, Russ.
We're all together in the same studio right now, but that is Russ Wagner.
Rookie of the year, correct?
Rookie of the year. He's currently on camera. And that is Ellery
Nelson. He was our volunteer of the year.
Yes, he was.
A couple of guys that don't say no to us very often. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
You look pretty happy there.
I was very happy. That was a happy night.
Now these are people that have been around for a while there. Larry Smith on the right there.
Larry Smith, absolutely.
He does the Body Smith workout show.
Yes.
25 years.
But he's been here. No, he has been here for 30 years if you count Tush. That's what I was told. And then right next to Larry, we have Kelly Labonte and Jim Lockhart. And they do Native Nations, but they've been producing forever here.
Yep. Carol Gleason, Bob Reese, and Ronnie Horst.
Absolutely. And those folks have been here 25 plus years. And then we have the Stosers, Sharon and Martin.
Who are both working on the show tonight.
Yes, they are.
Being awarded their Lifetime Achievement Awards from our CEO, Robert Brading.
Absolutely. So it was a great evening.
Oh, it was great fun.
Evening.
And good job on the centerpieces. Thank you. Before we run out of time here, we have to talk about some partnerships that we have going on.
Yes.
We have had a partnership for several years now with the Multnomah Bar Foundation. They they are actually pretty fabulous.
Yeah.
The Multnomah Bar Foundation has been working specifically with Emily and John, but other staff members to participate. But they've done a lot of legal shows that help the community understand how the legal system works, and they're going to be doing some in Spanish. And we have another.
And the stuff that they've produced so far looks great.
And it's interesting and it's fun.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
So that's one of them, but we have several other partnerships. I want to get through these because you've been real busy with that. Yeah, Rock the Block coming up.
Rock the Block, exciting! It's happening June 27th and June 28th. A Feast of Nations on Friday night. This is a safe kickoff to a fun kickoff to a safe summer in the Rockwood neighborhood. So this is something that's really exciting. There's over 40 different community organizations that are participating and sponsoring this. We
free
have
stuff for the kids.
Free stuff for the kids and free food.
And we'll be there.
We'll be there. Yes, we will be there. We'll be doing shout outs at our booth and giving away little raffles. So folks are going to want to definitely make it out for that. 10 a.m. on Saturday is the Kids parade with the therapy llamas.
I love that.
Which are supposed to be really, really popular. So, and if the kids,
No,
if
that's
the kids
right.
show up at 10 a.m. For the parade, before they have to show up before 11, they get a backpack full of goodies.
They get a lot of good free stuff.
Yes, they do.
One other thing, Summerfest, Troutdale Summerfest, we'll be covering that parade
Yes,
too.
we will.
So that'll be coming up too. Tell me, before I leave you to go on to the things you're going to be talking about, you're going to be talking with the youth media, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do we have coming up in the next little segment here?
So in the next segment, we're going to be speaking with Maria, who is one of the participants in the Get Real music video camp for girls. And we're actually going to see a little bit of her video that she produced. And we are going to take a look at one of our behind the scenes documentaries that was produced by our brand spanking new MetroEast Community Media team member, Seth Ring.
Oh, yes, and we'll be talking with him later.
We will be talking with him later.
Let's take a look at that.
Yes.
Thomas Jefferson said, "Free speech is the currency of democracy."
My voice, your voice, our voice matters.
We own the airwaves.
No, really, we own the airwaves.
Making television shows can be fun. Why not discover how with Multnomah Cable Access?
Access. It's where you make the shows. Cable access. Things folks need to know.
First thing, I got back to New York in 1970, just when the franchise was being written. And a whole bunch of people were talking about access. It was the idea that people should have a right, It was great 60s stuff.
Talking about it in the 1980s and implementing community TV, said that they prized localism and diversity.
East County itself, Gresham, Troutdale, Fairview, Wood Village, and Multnomah County, are well aware of what it's like to be subject to dominant media.
Let's face it, if you didn't narrow the focus onto this community, who's going to?
Nobody is going to cover our local elections. Nobody covers the local events we have here. Nobody covers the culture that takes place. Nobody covers the community building that takes place here. If we weren't here, people would never see that.
Our coverage of the weekly Multnomah County Commissioners meetings has provided cable subscribers in East Portland and East Multnomah County with a look at the county decision-making process.
Hi, and welcome to the grand opening of the new Multnomah Cable Access television facility.
You know, we had nothing when we got going, so there was a chance to build a studio from the ground up.
The management style of Alex Quinn, the founding executive director, was very inclusive.
It's not just here's a camera and here's the buttons you push, but how do you make a good show that effectively communicates a message?
Nice and easy. That's it, 8 more. I have been producing the Body Smith workout in one form or another since 1986.
I wouldn't be out there if it wasn't for MetroEast. They've been broadcasting my show for 12 years now.
When I come out here, I have a right to say exactly what I think.
It is really my program, and I have really total control.
What is it about this place that makes so many different people come together?
Even if we don't always agree about things, why we can still help each other on the programs.
The Multnomah Cable Access facility is designed for access producers. All you need to provide is the creativity, the time, and the talent. All the rest is free.
Hey, welcome back. So I am sitting here with Maria, and I'm not going to tell you who she is yet because I've got to intro this because last week was so much fun. But the Get Real Youth Video Department, our awesome youth video program here, wrapped up another fabulous year with their, they've been working in schools all over East counties and just doing great stuff with youth filmmaking. We've had quite a few young filmmaker award winners that have come out of the Get Real program, and that is amazing. But last week we had 12 young women working 5 days in 3 teams to produce music videos. And this was a music video camp specifically for young women ranging in age from 13 to 18. And I am sitting here speaking with Maria, one of the participants in that program. Hi, Maria. Welcome to Community Hotline.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
It was a lot. I had fun. I wasn't expecting to work with the camp, but I ended up working with the camp, and I had so much fun. You guys produced the Waiting in the Bus.
Yeah, the bus is late. Oh my gosh, yes,
Which,
the bus song.
Which after this camp, I sang like two songs got stuck in my head, and the Waiting
really
for the Bus in the Rain was one of them. So like I said, it was 12 young women, 3 teams, working 5 days. So you guys worked on your concept, you shot, you edited. You had 6 mentors here that were professionals, that are professionals in the industry. We had some folks from Wyden and Kennedy and some other independent producers here speak. So what was that like hearing from other women in the industry?
Well, it was kind of intimidating because obviously they know so much more than you do because of the fact that all I've had is just a video program at a charter school called the Center for Advanced Learning. And I just know a couple of things, but hearing these women just sharing all their stories of how they've done this for this client or this for this other client, it's kind of like, wow, they've actually done the big time, and they are just like volunteering their time to show you how to actually be better at what you want to do. And it's blessing that these women actually gave up their time to show us, like these amateur girls, like how to actually produce a music video in just like, what, 5 days?
It was, and I was surprised, 5 days that you guys had to pick your song and then think about how to tell your story. So just to get in, just a little bit about yourself. You mentioned that you're a student at the Center for Advanced Learning, the Cal Art School. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you into video film? Are you into music?
Well, like any teenager, I'm into music, obviously. And the Center for Advanced Learning was a charter school that I took when I was in high school. I'm actually a graduate now, so.
Congratulations!
Thank you. I'm going to PSU, so it's so much fun. But yeah, no, I went to the Center for Advanced Learning, and they have a beautiful digital media and design program there. And in there, they also had a video program, which one of the mentors, Barb Myers, was actually a part of.
Big thanks to her, because she really spearheaded this camp, and it was just phenomenal. She did a phenomenal job, so.
Yeah, and she's kind of the reason why I came, because of the fact that video design wasn't really like, I didn't know it was something I was interested in until I actually took a look at it. And before this camp, I actually had a couple of experiences with short films and animation, so I kind of knew what I was doing, but never a music video. I never knew what I was gonna be up against, especially since it was with a bunch of girls that I'd never met before. Well, I met one of my members before, but having to build a relationship in just under a couple of hours to actually just get a song ready and all this. But yeah, it was fun, and I didn't really know if it was like something I was into, but after having the experience, I really, really love video production.
Nice.
And it's not something I'm gonna be majoring in, but you never know, I might change my mind.
You know, like you said, you never know. You never know. So I want to ask you more about your experience at camp, but we've actually, like I said, got your video. We have your video here. And we're gonna show your video now.
Okay.
So let's roll that clip.
Waiting for the bus in the rain, in the rain. Waiting for the bus in the rain. Waiting for the bus in the rain, in the rain. Waiting for the bus in the rain.
Waiting for the bus, where is the bus? The bus is late. Waiting for the bus in the rain, when the bus come, where the bus at? Got my bus pass, bus is much better than a train, Take phone pictures while I'm waiting at the bus stop. Bus not here while the bus so late. I'm waiting for the bus in the rain, wishing I was on the bus when the bus drive around your state. Oh, good, it come the bus, oh shit, it's a different bus, not the right bus, not the bus I need. Now I'm waiting for the bus in the rain at another stop, bus ain't got a real high speed. Waiting for the bus, took a picture of another bus. Waiting for the bus in the rain, I've been waiting for the bus since the sun came up, but the sun ain't out no more cause it's gray. Waiting for the bus, there's a gray one, blue one, a red one, all of them turned away. I've been waiting for the bus, gotta catch a bus, gotta watch news, got a regimen and plan for the day. Bus.
Waiting for the bus in the rain, in the rain. Waiting for the bus in the rain. Waiting for the bus in the rain, in the rain. Waiting for the bus in the rain.
Now there's other people waiting at the bus stop. Hey, where's your bus pass, boy? When you're waiting for the bus in the rain, have your bus pass ready. All the people on the bus get annoyed. I'm waiting for the bus like I do every day on my way home. Waiting for the bus in the rain, at least on the days when it's raining. And I'm waiting for the bus cause the other days ain't the same. Tweet.
So that was your video, Waiting for the Bus in the Rain.
Yep.
And my stepdaughter, who was a participant in the camp, she said, Taj, when the Waiting for the Bus in the Rain video played, I could hear you laughing over the whole crowd. I got such a kick out of that because the community members, the skateboarder, the guy sitting on the bus stop, next to Annie, which is Jennifer, the head of the Get Real program, that's her daughter.
Yeah.
But all of those people were just community members, the bus driver, and so did they say, hey, sure, we'll be on camera, we'll participate?
Yeah, basically. It was such an odd opportunity, just getting to these bus stops and all these places and just asking random people like, hey, is it okay if you actually are in our film? Like the fighting couple, that was the weirdest one. Just the fighting couple, just fighting there. And we come up like, hey, is it okay if we, take video of you while our actress is here? And they're like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. And just go back to fighting.
That is so, when you guys told me that story, I was in the floor. Yeah. And it came out so well just in the context of the video. So what was your experience in doing this video? What was your role actually in doing the video?
My role, I guess it went from being director to editor, which I don't usually edit. I'm not much of an editor, but once we had the mentors come in, it was kind of nice having them in because I don't know that much about Premiere. And obviously with some of the effects, we had After Effects with my friend Lem.
Yeah, and that's where the music notes came from, and
Yeah, so we were just all of us were doing something, either just looking over my shoulder and just giving out suggestions, or just looking around thinking what can we do here? What can we transition to here? Or which clip of the fighting couple do we want in the video?
And that was, like I said, that video was it was funny, and the song was infectious, and you guys just did such a great job shooting that. So what things as you transition on to PSU in the fall, what things will you be able to carry from this camp with you?
Well, from this camp and from Cal, because of the fact that I do have video skills from other places, I'm obviously going to take that on to PSU and above that too, because of the fact that I do want to pursue video production somehow, somewhere. I know it doesn't go with my major of computer science naturally, but seeing as how I said I might change my mind, you never know, but also because of the fact that me and a friend are going to begin a YouTube channel, so all these skills, all these things I'm beginning to learn from mentors, from volunteering, they're really going to actually help me understand what kind of message and how the way I want to portray myself and through my videos, because of the fact that messages through videos are essentially what show what you believe in. So I kind of want to make
Nice.
sure that I portray myself in the way that I want to.
And as a
show.
young woman, that's very important.
Yes,
Very
very important.
So thank you so much for coming in to speak with us.
It was a
and
pleasure.
I really hope you stay in touch through your time at PSU. And we've actually got a clip of our mini doc that was shot by Seth Ring, which is our new staff member here. And it was actually produced by Seth, and it was shot by various members of our staff. And I think you gave an interview for that documentary.
Yes, I
There's
did.
so much great footage of everybody just having fun, just having fun. And really that's what it's about. And I think when you can learn something and have fun at the same time, I think it's just a win-win. It's an awesome experience. So we're going to watch this mini doc. And again, it was produced by Seth. And after that, they're going to come back and they're actually going to get a chance to meet Seth, our new member of MetroEast Community Media.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's watch it.
I don't know. I wasn't really sure what to expect. Jennifer Dines and I schemed up this idea to have a music video camp for girls.
A big motivator for this camp is just to get a bunch of girls to have fun, learn technology.
I was expecting a lot of middle schoolers and like bratty teenagers, but it turns out that a lot of the kids were very dedicated to learning. My dream job is really to become a filmmaker.
I actually play Ace of Base in my car and TLC Crazy Sexy Cool in my car. I have a 6-disc changer, so it works well because not everyone needs to know that those are in my car.
Not a lot of young people get an opportunity to come into a studio, get their hands on cameras and editing equipment.
And to be able to like think creatively, come up with an idea and actually execute it and then watch it together.
So I've learned how to change the lighting and how to like zoom in, zoom out, and how you focus on maybe one object and maybe the background is unfocused or the foreground is unfocused.
Lots of jobs that you'll do in the future have to do with working with other people, and I think that's a really important skill to learn, as well as just being able to make art your own.
Create a shot list, how to plan everything out, how to write it out to make sense.
When you're focusing on a topic, you always want to stay on that topic and not get distracted.
We thought that we could create an environment where it was just girls. Sometimes girls have the tendency, not all, but some have the tendency to sort of take a secondary role to the dudes who have all the testosterone and are like, I want to do this thing.
These women have opened up opportunities for us.
I love the idea of giving kids an opportunity to come to a place where they can learn to trust their own artistic voices.
I really love hearing their stories and how they got to where they are now.
The music video form is always fun. You're not really confined to any sort of expectation when you make a music video. Music is like video as an art form where it's something that you can relate to emotionally.
Throughout the video, I had to constantly be running because I was running away from home. It was my exercise for the summer. My favorite part was seeing how everybody got together and made a music video, and the different things that we got to learn that we couldn't learn if we were just sitting around in our house being lazy. Most excited of just watching it and how it turns out.
My big hope for this camp would be that a few of these girls would grow up to be filmmakers. My other more modest goal, but perhaps the more important one, is that the girls gain confidence in themselves and their own ability.
Just follow your dream, because this is really my dream, and so I'm pursuing it.
These girls can do anything, so if they want to go out and be computer programmers, they should go for it. If they want to be artists, they should go for it.
If you really want to experience things in life, go and learn while you have the chance.
It's going to look really cool at the end to see it all come together.
Hi, we're back here at Community Hotline, our special version of The Pulse. And I'm Monica Weitzel, and now we've sent Taj and Maria off to scamper away and do whatever it is they're going to be doing tonight. And it's my pleasure to introduce our viewing audience to Seth Ring. So nice to have you here, Seth.
Hi.
So you're the new man on campus here at MetroEast. How long have you been here now?
Oh, I want to say about 2.5 weeks, approximately.
Yeah, you're very new.
Yeah, I'm pretty fresh. So,
yeah. Well, Peter Goodmanson, who was a very popular trainer producer here, moved up to Seattle with his wife, and we had to find just the right person who could fill those shoes. And so far, you've been doing a great job. I like the job you did on that.
Thank you.
That piece we just saw. So, what is your background, Seth? Where did you come from?
Oh, well, I'm a native Oregonian.
Me too.
Grew up in Molalla, if anybody knows the prestigious Molalla Buckaroo goes on there.
Yes.
So I'm from there. I went to Lewis and Clark College, which is in Portland, almost Lake Oswego. Got my undergrad degree in biology and Hispanic studies, did a double major. And then I just kind of, I felt like, I'm very into science and conservation, and I felt like there just wasn't enough connection between those two, the world of just everyday people and scientists. It's kind of like a prickly subject, so I wanted to go into film. And so I went to Montana State has a science and natural history filmmaking program. It's a master's of fine arts, and I just wrapped that up in 2012, and
wow,
stumbled into this job eventually. So,
and we're very happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Now, have you worked then in the industry besides going to school? What else have you done?
Yeah, a lot of my connections have been through school. It's there's a show in Montana PBS show called Montana Ag Live. I ran sound on it and ran camera, very similar to this studio setup. And then I did a lot of sort of promotional films. One was for the Nature Conservancy. I did something for 4-H. I do a lot of like kids shows. So I'm very interested in, I think kids are, you can be ridiculous in the films that you make for them, and you don't have to get all David Attenborough on them. You can like
it's more fun.
Yeah. You can grow a beard and dress like a pirate, which I did once upon a time.
Did you do that?
Yes, I did. So
so we have that to look forward to then, huh?
Yeah, perhaps.
Good.
Yeah.
See, I like the people that come here and can laugh at themselves and not take yourself too terribly seriously, because we have the opportunity to do that a lot. So now, what are your primary jobs here at MetroEast then?
Yeah, I'm a media trainer and producer. So I think sort of foremost, I'm working on getting ready to teach how to edit, how to use the camera, how to use the camera in the studio. There's field camera and studio camera. And then I'll move on to how to produce a film, show in the control room. And so I'm going to be doing a lot of teaching, and then when I'm not teaching, I'll be producing, sort of like I did with that mini doc that we saw there.
Helping out wherever we can plug you in.
Yeah, really, and to me, I like it. It's a good variety pack.
Good.
It's good for me. So
this is one place you don't usually get bored. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I can definitely say that.
Well, what are you looking forward to most? I mean, is there anything that you consider a real challenge, or that'll be something you want to learn, or something that you're really looking forward to experiencing?
Yeah, I think that one thing is, I speak Spanish, and I'm been talking with people to try and start creating a curriculum in Spanish, or for the workshops, that type of thing.
That would be great.
So, there's a lot of technical terms that sometimes they transfer well, a lot of like really schmancy words, like go right across the board.
Like schmancy?
Yeah, like schmancy. But, there's other stuff that I'm not going to know right away, and so I think that'll be a fun challenge, and it'll enable me to keep speaking Spanish, which I love doing.
That's great, because we've been needing somebody here who was fluent in Spanish, because we have a huge Spanish-speaking population here, and I am personally delighted to. So say something to our viewers.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I had prepared something. Quisiera decir a los hispanohablantes que aquí en Metro Este tenemos, pues, Metro East. Tenemos talleres de cómo usar la cámara, cómo se edita, cómo se usa los luces y varias cosas. Entonces, vengan acá para aprender y compartir, por favor. Gracias.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I couldn't have said it at all.
Yeah.
No, I think that's going to be great, and it's a a lot better way to reach out to the community that to be able to speak the language. So I think that's great. That's on my bucket list to learn Spanish. But so. In the training department, there's always something new going on, but we also have a lot of new gear and stuff going on. So tell me, have you had a chance to look at all of our equipment and all the new things we're getting?
All the schmancy equipment?
The schmancy stuff.
I'll just talk about what I don't have on me to show right now. We have a Panasonic A160 camera, and it's very similar. We have HVX cameras, but it's sort of like several steps upward from there. The media for the P2 cameras was really expensive. It's like $900 a card.
So this is a camera that our volunteers can check out?
Yeah, this is something the volunteers can check out. It's really nice, good low light shooting, which is often a problem when you're shooting in the field. You can record a lot of HD footage on there.
And we want lots of HD. Because this show, for example, is in standard and high def. But we want lots more high def.
And it's really it's very comparable to the old cameras that we're not going to be using anymore. They're very similar. So we're actually
similar but better.
Yes. Yeah. Mucho mejor. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
So yeah.
So we have new cameras for our volunteers to use, and I don't know if everybody realizes that we have these classes where we teach people how to use these cameras, use our lights, the microphones, how to do the audio, and then we will let you check out. I mean, these aren't these are really good. This is really good stuff.
Yeah.
It's no junk. We don't have any junk here.
And it's cheap. And I paid thousands of dollars to use this kind of equipment in school, and you don't have to pay much to use it.
Oh no.
It's really nice equipment.
Yeah, we're very affordable. Well, we want everybody to be able to use it. And like Taj and I were talking about earlier, it doesn't matter if you're 10 years old or you're 90 years old. You're welcome here.
Yeah.
We have all kinds. Have you had a chance to get to know some of the volunteers yet?
Yeah, I have actually. I've been out on a couple shoots and just gotten to shake some hands and just kind of get to know people a little bit.
Pretty welcoming.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's part of why I like this situation is it seems like so many people have the same goal, which is they're really interested in creating something new and not being under the yoke of sort of corporate America.
Well, yeah.
Whatever,
I mean, how many places, you can't just go and say, hey, I want to put a show on television and be on commercial television. You can't do it. So if you have something you're passionate about, like the conservation, and that's a perfect opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
So what is this light doing here?
Okay, this is
I'm assuming that you brought this for a reason.
Yeah, this is an LED light. It's light emitting diode. And so the kind of advantage of these, first off, I'll just say, there's a lot of shoots that maybe people wouldn't bring lights out on. And I think sort of what separates, it really bumps up the production value on a shoot.
Good lighting.
Good lighting is really important. And, I think this is something that's you can bring with you. They're super light. They run off of a battery. You don't have to plug them into the wall. They don't get hot, so you're not going to burn your fingers when you try and use them. And they use about 1/6 of the amount of energy that a regular light would use, and you don't have to plug it into somebody's outlet at their house and potentially blow a fuse.
So that's a lot of benefits to this.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Maybe I won't point this directly at the camera, but did I point it at you?
No, it's fine.
Anyway, so they're really nice.
It's a lot of light. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, it really does. You wouldn't think, those are just for flashlights, but they're for film too. So and television. So sorry about that. Yeah.
That's great. And do we check these out?
Yeah, these are.
Or are these for in the studio?
These are the volunteers can check these out, and again, they will really bump up your production value and make your stuff look way more professional. And we have classes where you get to learn how to use them. So I would say take advantage of them. They're great.
I think we are a very well-kept secret here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much available to people here to do. So, any great challenges you've encountered so far, or has it been pretty smooth sailing so far?
Well, honestly, the people are great. I haven't had any issues there. I mean, I feel like when you're in a world where there's a lot of technical problems that can pop up, and television is just riddled with them.
Right.
It's just, you're constantly having to hack into the mainframe or whatever, and it's something frustrating is going to happen all the time. So the challenges have not been particularly like interpersonal. It's been more like intercomputer. It's like, and I think everybody can identify with that.
And everything's computerized now. So
Yeah.
I mean, but that's also a great advantage for our volunteers when they want to make a show. I mean, they can have a virtual set.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be sitting. I mean, we are sitting at a regular table, but
This is
we could
real, yeah.
we could be on the beach in Hawaii if we wanted to.
What, that's weird. Were you there recently or something?
No, I was in Florida.
Okay,
actually.
okay, cool.
Yes, I was. Yeah, that's what I need. I need to take some of those pictures and I can look like I'm still there. That would be nice.
There you go.
But people do that. They have their virtual sets and it's, I mean, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And the kids love to learn how to use those, and to play with them. And, it inspires their imagination and creativity, I think. So you are going to be training. You are going to be doing some production stuff. What anything in particular you have coming up besides the training classes? Are you going to be working on any of our productions this summer? Or?
Well, right now, since I just sort of wrapped with the Get Real production, I think I'm going to a lot of the government meetings right now.
Oh, yes.
That's been to a few of those things.
And, that's really a huge part of what we do, though, because there's a lot of people who can't make it to the meetings, or they don't even think about going to meetings, but then they see it and then they get inspired to become involved. So
and then there's Rock the Block, which is coming up soon that I'm going to be out there. So
what are you going to do there? Do you know?
Well, I don't know. I haven't been. I'm not
keeping
sure
it a secret
yet.
from you.
We might do I think I'm supposed to maybe run a field camera there, but I'm not 100%. So.
Well, we will be tabling there, so we'll have a booth there, and we'll be having community members come and do a shout out this, and maybe theirs will show up on our channels, or it may show up on the internet, or one of our little features. But so. And I think we have little raffle prizes to give out.
Oh,
and,
cool.
But they got a parade going on. They have therapy llamas. Have you ever seen a therapy llama?
No, but
if you need some therapy stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I love them.
Yeah, it's going to be a really cool event, I think. And Rockwood has been maligned, I think, in the past because they've had issues in the past, but they're really coming around as a community. So you'll get to know some of the people out there, and they're some pretty good group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, so any other words of wisdom? Anything that we need to know about you? What inspired you? What inspires you, or what are you passionate about besides media?
Well,
tell me something personal.
Personal. Well, I think for me, something that's really important is to try to. I guess experience the moment and do the best you can during it, but not be too perfectionist about things, and I don't know. I'm just really excited about this job.
I'm
to be
so
honest.
glad. I'm so glad. You know what? Those are actually very wise words. Live in the moment, appreciate what's going on, and have a sense of humor about it.
Oh yeah.
Because if you don't have a sense of humor, you won't last long here.
Yeah. I make a joke out of everything, so
Good.
Yeah.
We'll get along just fine then.
Excellent.
Okay, well, I appreciate you being here, and I hope that people who don't know about MetroEast will see you and go, he seems like a pretty cool guy. I bet you I could learn something from him.
Yeah.
So we'll have orientations coming up. Every month we have free orientations for anybody that's interested. They can come and find out what we're all about. Pretty much what we want. We want something to put on our television sets. And we're going to give you all this awesome training using our state-of-the-art equipment and some really cool people to work with. And we'll hook you up with other volunteers and people, as Taj and I were talking about earlier, they stick around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 30 years later, we're still going strong. So if you're interested, be sure to check us out. Be sure to go on our website, MetroEast.org, or you can look at the information on our screen and find out what we're all about. Like I said, we have orientations once a month. You can go to our Facebook page. You can check us out there. And our blog page, you'll soon be blogging for us too, won't you, Seth?
I like doing that kind of stuff.
Good. And be sure to say hi to Seth when you come in. He's our new guy, and we're happy to have him here. I'm Monica Weitzel. Thanks for joining us for the Pulse version of Community Hotline. We'll see you later.
What local community media is to us is literally our lifeline to what's going on in the lives around us.
The absolute most important thing that happens in your neighborhood.
People's local communities are usually what's most important to them.
Because we're the faces, the smiles, the peoples, and the personalities of the community.
To not only give people a voice, but to have their voice heard.
Have you ever wanted to create a TV show of your own? Come check out the basic editing class at MetroEast. Our trainers will give you the skills you need to flex your creative muscles. Using our state-of-the-art IMAX and Final Cut Pro 10, you can work with your own videos, add graphics and music, and even drop in cool special effects like green screen and slow motion. The best part? No experience is required. All ages and skill levels are welcome. Find out more on our website at metroeast.org.
In 1977, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the US Open twice, 1 in 1.2 billion. The odds of him having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 88. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism.
My favorite thing about community media is how people find their voice and tell their story.
It's the message of, by, and for a community.
We're a gathering place because it gets people of all sorts of different backgrounds underneath one roof.
It's art, it's technology.
A snapshot of our community.
Going live in 3, 2, 1.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
I see sculpture often as a still life, as a number of elements that compose a picture. And that comes very much from my background in painting. But I would also say my background in the performing arts plays a huge part because I make an object with the intent that the staging implies a certain kind of relationship between the objects and a sense of animation between the objects. I spent my second year of graduate school in Rome and was very taken by the urban design that enfolded sculpture into the streetscape. That experience I've taken with me ever since and was particularly important for me in this project here in Gresham, was how one would be able to see the sculptures at a distance along the street, how the sculptures really become part of the street experience. It started when I visited the Gresham Historical Society. I saw a large photograph of the Miller Kidder hardware store with this cacophony of tools. And it also started with an image of the Gresham brass band, marching brass band in the early part of the century. But I realized that what I really wanted to focus were the tools of the trade in the arts, and that a community such as Gresham that has this background would be very appreciative of the tools of the trade in any profession. I got a lot of different images off the internet. I printed them out, I cut them out, and took parts and pieces of each of these tools and reconfigured them to create these quirky kind of characters. I didn't want a literal representation of what each tool meant. I wanted to take very identifiable aspects of each of these tools, but also to kind of switch out parts and pieces so that they become reinvented. The Gresham Center for the Arts committee, I think they were quite open to what I wanted to bring, but once it became clear to me that I wanted to use these very specific sources of inspiration, I could see that it was all clicking in their minds too. We did meet several times to really do some fine-tuning, to really address the issues of color. A good designer works very carefully with the client. And in a design tradition, this is not a compromise. This is a dialogue, and to understand fully what the site is about, what the community experience with the site is about. What's important for me is that people come up and they see the work and they bring to it their experience.